Good morning, students. Welcome back to another class of English literature. In today's video, we will continue with the explanation of Act 1, Scene 1 from The Merchant of Venice. We ended up yesterday's video with Greciano's speech where he advises Antonio not to put on a serious expression in order to grab attention of people, rather to acquire the reputation of being wise. And we also read Antonio bidding goodbye to Greciano, promising him to become a talkative person. We begin today's video with Bassanio's speech. Greciano speaks an infinite deal of nothing, more than any man in all Venice. His reasons are as 2 grains of wheat hid in 2 bushels of chaff. You shall seek all day ere you find them, and when you have them, they are not worth the search. Bushels, it is a unit of measurement, and chaff, the husk of grain. So, Bassanio says that Greciano, he speaks a great deal of nonsense more than any other man in Venice. His point is always like a needle in a haystack, for you will realize when you look for it all day, you find or you realize that it wasn't worth the trouble. Moving on, Antonio tells Bassanio, "Well, tell me now, what lady is the same to whom you swore a secret pilgrimage that you today promised to tell me of?" Now, Antonio, he tells Bassanio, "Tell me, who is this lady whom you promised to visit secretly?" "Bassanio, you promised to tell me all about her today." Bassanio says, "'Tis not unknown to you, Antonio, how much I have disabled mine estate by something showing a more swelling port. The meaning of disabled mine estate is squandered, exhausted my means, and swelling port, grand lifestyle, than my faint means would grant continuance." Continuance means permit. "Nor do I make moan to be abridged from such a noble rate." So, Bassanio says, "Antonio, you know that I have wasted all my wealth by living far more extravagantly than my modest means would allow. But don't get me wrong, I am not complaining about having to cut down my lifestyle. But my chief care is to come fairly off from the great debts wherein my time something too prodigal hath left me gauged. To you, Antonio, I owe the most in money and in love, and from your love I have a warranty to unburden all my plots and purposes, how to get clear of all the debts I owe." Coming to the understanding of these lines, Bassanio says, "Right now my chief concern is to pay off, to clear away the debts that piled up while leading an extravagant life. I am indebted to many people, but I owe you the most, Antonio, both in terms of money and gratitude. And your intense love for me gives me the assurance to confide in you all my plans to relieve myself from all the debts." Antonio, "I pray you, good Bassanio, let me know it, and if it stand, as you yourself still do, within the eye of honor, be assured my purse, my person, my extremest means lie all unlocked to your occasions." Understanding of these lines, Antonio tells Bassanio, "I request you, Bassanio, please let me know your plans. If your plans are as honorable as you are, then be assured that I'll let you use all my money and do everything I can to help you." Bassanio, "In my school days, when I had lost one shaft, I shot his fellow of the self-same flight, the self-same way with more advised watch, to find the other fourth, and by adventuring both, I often found both. Understanding of these lines? Now, Bassanio, shaft means arrow and fellow means similar arrow. Self-same flight means of the same length, weight and design, that is identical arrows. So Bassanio says, back when I was a schoolboy, whenever I lost an arrow, I would try to find it by shooting another arrow in the same direction and with the same speed, watching the second arrow more carefully than I had the first. And by risking the second arrow, I often would get both of them back. Moving on, Bassanio further says, I urge this childhood proof because what follows is pure innocence. I owe you much, and like a willful youth, that which I owe is lost. Willful youth here means a person who is foolish. But if you please to shoot another arrow that self way, which you did shoot the first, I do not doubt, as I will watch the aim, or to find both, or bring your latter hazard back again, and thankfully rest debtor for the first. Understanding of the lines? Bassanio says, I am narrating the story, for there is a purpose, there is a reason. I owe you a lot, and like a spoiled foolish kid, I have lost what I borrowed from you. But if you are willing to give me another loan the same way you gave the first, I will definitely use it in a more careful way this time. Either I will get back all the money that I owe to you, or else I will at least get back what you lend me this time, and I will just owe you what I already owe you. Moving on, Antonio tells Bassanio, you know me well, and herein spend but time to wind about my love with circumstance. And out of doubt, you do me now more wrong in making question of my uttermost than if you had made waste of all I had. Then do say, but say to me, what I should do, that in your knowledge may by me be done, and I am pressed unto it. Therefore speak. Understanding of the lines? Antonio tells Bassanio, you know me better than that, Bassanio, and you are simply wasting your time to appeal my love in this lengthy way with examples and proofs. All of this talk means you have doubts about my friendship. That is even worse than if you bankrupted me. So just tell me what I have to do, and I will do it for you. Tell me. Bassanio, in Belmont is a lady richly left, and she is fair and fairer than that word, of wondrous virtues. Sometimes from her eyes I did receive fair speechless messages. Her name is Portia. Understanding of the lines? Bassanio says, there is a lady in Belmont who has inherited a huge amount of money, and she is beautiful, and her virtues makes her even better. She is a good person. I feel she has a liking for me, because sometimes the expression on her face tells me she likes me. Her name is Portia. Bassanio further says, nothing undervalued. To Cato's daughter, Brutus's Portia. Nor is the wide world ignorant of her worth, for the four winds blow in from every coast, renowned suitors. So, Bassanio says, she is in no way inferior to the famous Roman lady Portia, daughter of Cato and wife of Brutus. Now, Cato was the Roman statesman and Brutus the Roman general and conspirator in the assassination of Julius Caesar. Bassanio further says her wealth is world famous. That is, Portia's wealth is famous worldwide. Famous and important men have come in from all over the world to try their luck in marrying this lady. And her sunny locks hang on her temples like a golden fleece, which makes her seat of Belmont, Colchis Strand, and many Jasons come in quest of her. My Antonio, had I but the means to hold a rival place with one of them, I have a mind presages me such thrift that I should questionless be fortunate. Now, sunny locks refers to golden hairs of Portia. Golden fleece. The reference is there in your book, page number 14, line 173. I'll just read it out for you. According to Greek legend, Jason and his companions set out on a dangerous voyage in search of the elusive fleece of the golden ram as the prize for the throne for which Jason was the rightful heir. Jason found the fleece in Colchis in a grove guarded by a dragon. Before Jason, many had tried to take the fleece and had failed. Therefore, Portia's palace is compared to Colchis and all the suitors are compared to Jason. So Bassanio says her bright golden hair overhangs her forehead like the golden fleece. Her home in Belmont is like the shore of Colchis, where the golden fleece was kept. Because many Jasons, that is, the suitors, come here in Belmont to try their luck in winning her hands. Oh, Antonio, if I only had enough money to hold my own against those suitors, I have a feeling that I could definitely win her in terms of marriage. Moving on. Antonio says, Thou knowest that all my fortunes are at sea. Neither have I money nor commodity to raise a present sum. Therefore, go forth, try what my credit can in Venice do, that shall be racked even to the uttermost, to furnish thee to Belmont, to fair Portia. Go presently, inquire, and so will I, where money is, and I no question make to have it of my trust or for my sake. Understanding of these lines, Antonio tells Bassanio, you know right now all my money is tied up in that cargo that is still at sea. I can't give you the cash you need because I don't have it. But go ahead and charge things to me on credit, as much credit as I can get in Venice. I'll use all my lines of credit to help you get to Belmont, to Portia. Go see who will lend money and I will do the same. I'm sure I can get something either as a business loan or as a personal favor. Saying this, they both exit. Please go through the lines of Act 1, Scene 1, and may you have a wonderful day ahead, children. Thank you.